You're watching The Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Good evening, Guam. I'm Jess Lujan. Welcome to this edition of The Buzz. My studio guest tonight, as we promised a couple of weeks back, is Mr. Ed Alvarez, the Executive Director for the Commission on Decolonization. And we'll be further talking about, of course, where we're at, where we're going, and how we're going to get there. But tonight, let's talk a little bit more, too, about the rise and, of course, trying to get more nationalistic and nationalism involved in this whole thing. And there's a lot to talk about that. Ed, let's start off with, again, the genesis of all this thing in regards to your recent trips to the United Nations, both the Caribbean and then to New York as well, and the conclusion you came up with the other island nations and how we're going to go about to, again, one day see this self-determination vote for the people of Guam. Okay, as we mentioned last show, during my trip to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to New York, the 16 nations, or the 16 island territories that are on the non-self-governing decolonization listing, we got together and realized we needed to form a coalition. We needed to start networking and sharing information. So that's what I thought. And a lot of other people agreed from the conference that was something that needed to be done. So what we're doing now is we're in network right now. We're communicating. We're exchanging information. We're taking this effort to a national and international level. Now, let me ask you this: in regards to the shared information, the networking, and all that. Of the 16, I guess, the island nations at this point?
Well, 14 are islands.
14, okay.
Countries, yeah.
Another two are countries. How close are they to their plebiscite as well? Do they decide their political destiny? And where do we compare on the scale on where we're at? Are we closer? Are we the furthest away? Where are we at in the stands on that vote?
Well, where we're at in comparison to the others, well, we're a little bit below the middle. There are some non-self-governing territories who have contentious issues. For example, the Falkland Islands and Gibraltar. They have issues with two administrating powers claiming, sovereignty over them.
Two colonial powers.
Yeah, two colonial. Well, we can say that too. So in that perspective, we're ahead. But then we aren't as far ahead as some other non-self-governing territories who are already close to writing a constitution, already close to getting delisted. But yeah, where we're at is it's hard to tell really. But I would say we're not even halfway there.
Now, over this past year, I know that the governor is gosh, he wants actually he wanted 2012 to be the date for a plebiscite vote. It looks like it's probably not going to happen. It's very likely that it's not going to happen, but maybe the election after that. We're hoping that it will happen by then. But the fact remains is that we know that an education process is going to be needed in our schools and our residences as well. We need that education process to exactly look and disseminate the information on the three different statuses that by law our people are going to vote once they are able to come to that day. What are the plans? I know there's some congressional money that's available to us, but is that going to be enough? And I know the last that we met, you had said that we're going to have joint efforts to be able to try to get our word out there through maybe celebrities, nationwide advocates for again for countries who are yet to determine their political stature. Where are we at with that, and how are we going to go about doing that? I mean, because trying to get celebrities, trying to get people to get our word out there, especially in mainstream media, is very costly. How do we intend to do that?
Well, for our region, which is the United States being our minister of power, we have in our region that's still on the listing is Puerto Rico and American Samoa. American Samoa has many NFL professional football players, as does as Puerto Rico also has baseball players, professional baseball players. And these people have owners who know people in Washington, who know other people in Washington who actually make decisions. So that's one way that we're going to raise the level of our story and get our word out and start trying to get advocates to advocate for us.
But and let me play the devil's advocate at this point. The fact that remains is that we're talking about Puerto Rico, American Samoa. Now they have professional ball players, be it baseball, basketball, or football. Now wouldn't their political destiny definitely rise in their promotion before ours?
That may be so. That's why, you know, we also on Guam have people we know. I'm sure that there's people that people on Guam know who can make a difference. We just need to sift them out, and get with them and get them to see things our way and get them to advocate for us.
I'll get my son, who's in the MLS, who plays for the New England Patriots, who's the same owner of plays for the New England Revolution, the same owner of the New England Patriots. But we can work with him on that. But okay, now, and that's going to be a subject in its own for another show. The challenge of registration. I know Senator Pangilinan over not just this past Liberation parade, last year and the year before that, he was very aggressive in getting people to register to vote for this plebiscite. What is the count to date, you know, between his office and the Guam Election Commission?
Well, first off, I think he deserves a lot of credit for having that effort done during Liberation Day. I think just in that one day, we tripled the amount of people that were registered currently before that happened. So that was a great thing, and that just goes to show you, you know, if we put our heads together and have ideas like this, we can go a long way. Right now, I think there's a little bit over 4,000 or a little bit under 4,000.
Hey, more to come with Ed Alvarez. We'll be talking about the registration and other things going on, and is it getting us closer to that day we come to vote. When we come back, you can tune in, and actually you can chime in on this conversation by dialing 632-8255 or 632-TALK. Give us a call now. We'll be right back.